So I'm hanging out, like listening to this and reading this exhibit, and it's telling me I can make a contribution to the aquarium, and that'll help. I can recycle, or I can plug my computer into a power strip. And as an architect, I know how much power a building uses. I know how much, I know how to do the calculation. And I'll show you in the next video more about how, behind the scenes, what we do here as architects to make calculations. This is a thing for us. We do it all the time. So I know that that's not the whole story, and I've got all kinds of questions. And the number one question is, are you telling me that if I turn off my computer overnight, which is worth, at the time, the big hogs are worth like 4.5 to 5 amps, maybe 7 amps if I got a gaming machine or something like that. If I'll turn off 7 amps for 8 hours in my house, that I will no longer be contributing CO2 to the atmosphere that's going to make its way to damaging these environments? And I will tell you one more time, given the percentages, that if that's all we have to do, we've practically made it. Because the amount of energy that little guy is going to use is, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculously small amount of energy. But I've got another question. And that other question has to do with how many buildings are we talking about? Okay, let me get this straight. I'm in the aquarium. It's a famous aquarium. People come from all over the world to see this aquarium. It's a pretty damn cool aquarium. I gotta say, as a sort of museum goer and enjoyer of the interesting architecture of various museums, it's a pretty cool aquarium. And they do a lot of really cool things about how they care for the animals and how they bring fresh seawater into everything, right? So that's pretty cool. So how many visitors do you get a year? And how many of these visitors are going to walk through that exhibit? How many visitors are going to get to the end of that exhibit and see that there's a power strip and they're going to go down to Best Buy or whatever big box store, get a power strip, plug their computers in, and remember every single night to turn that baby on? How many buildings are we talking about? How far do we have to go on this? So I'm trying to figure out how I would figure that out, because frankly, as an architect, this might surprise you. It actually surprised me, and the more I've talked with colleagues about this, the more it surprises me that none of us architects are aware of just how many buildings there are in the United States. We don't keep track of it. We're kind of the heads down people who are like, you come to us and you say, I'd like a building. We say, okay, how big would you like your building? What would you like in your building? And we go to work. And I'm the guy who, once that project comes in the door, I'm the guy in the back office, heads down, making buildings happen. So it doesn't occur to me to count how many buildings we're talking about. So I'm back to this problem of, if I just plug in a power strip and turn it off, just me, say I'm the only one, that seems like the margin of error of our problem. So I have a visualization for you that I used to try to figure this out. And I'm told that if I use a glass or a cup, some explanations are better. I'm skeptical. What can I tell you? But okay, what I will do is I'll do this. Just grab a common object, like a mug or a cup. Let's just do a mug, and consider what it took to make the mug. Now, we don't have to be like mug experts to understand this, because what I'm trying to understand is the number of buildings. So just think about the clay and the glazing and what it took for that clay and that glazing to be put together into a mug that gets delivered to a place where you can buy it. So I got somebody digging up some clay and refining it. Call that one building. I got somebody who's fabricating some glaze somehow, some way, somewhere, and call that a building. And then it gets shipped to a place where somebody is actually pulling those two ingredients together in some equipment and, baking it and turning it into a mug. So that's 3 buildings. And then it gets sent to some location, like, I don't know, an art museum or a gift shop somewhere. So that's 4 buildings. And I came from my building and bought that thing. So that's 5 buildings. Now, how many people are in these buildings? Well, how many people did it take to dig up all that clay and to refine it and put it somewhere? How about the glazing? And how about the manufacturing? And then how about the gift shop and the aquarium? And I am one of, 50 million visitors a year? 10 million visitors a year? Let's just call it 1 visitor a year. All right, so where am I? How many people did I just tick off to bring me a mug at the gift shop at, say, the Monterey Bay Aquarium? How many people? Let's just say 20 people. Let's say it's 20 people. What do those 20 people need? Do they live, sleep, eat, and in their factories or the gift shop? No, they don't. They all go home. Well, what else do? They go to the gas station. They go to gift shops. They go to the grocery stores. They go to school and entertainment. How many buildings did we just tick off? 40, 50, 60? It's a lot of buildings to bring me a mug. Now, look around your space. If you look around my space, I'm not sure I want to be sharing too much about looking around my space, but if you look around my space, it's not uncommon what I got, and I can tell you for a fact it's not uncommon because I have walked into so many residences in the hundreds of buildings. So I know how many tchotchkes are around, how many books, how many mugs, how many cups. Sometimes when I'm really feeling the refinement of everything, I will go in and I will count. Or we'll do some sort of inventory of your stuff to make sure that when we go to the trouble to build a new place, you got room for all of it. It's a lot of stuff. Comes from a lot of buildings. That's a lot of power strips. And I don't think that's really gonna solve our energy problem, but it might. So how am I gonna figure out the next problem? And for that, I'm gonna tell you in the next video.